Oh, welcome everyone. Welcome back to the channel. We are thrilled to have you once again. If let me see. If you're new here, I'm Giselle and this is Leah. And today we're discussing something that affects a lot of people post-surgery, the American Standard Diet, and why it didn't work for us. Hmm. Last week we had shared our personal journey and we shared why we decided on gastric surgery. For me, I know the desire to be smaller. That's it. That is it. Okay. The struggles we faced and how life changed after. I did not lose the weight. Leah will share her part as well. So if you missed it, don't worry. Go back. You can watch it. Today, we're going to talk about the challenges we faced with the standard American diet after surgery and how we've transitioned over to what we're doing now to maintain our health. All right, go ahead, take it, Leah. Get us started.
Yes, hi, my name's Leah at Leah Janae on YouTube. Please like, follow, and subscribe. Trying to get my
Yeah.
numbers up.
Oh, wait, let me put it up. Let me put it up. Go ahead.
But yes, so my experience after weight loss surgery, I would say they go in stages. So your
Mhm.
portion at first is probably a half a cup or just a few ounces that you're eating. And the most I was kind of able to get up to in the beginning stage was just like a little saucer size plate. That was pretty small, but they do stages like once you're out of surgery for the first 2 weeks, it's the liquid phase. You'll have your soups, your jello, protein shakes, and basically kind of starving yourself. And then the second 2 weeks after that is the pureed stage. So that is your soft veggies and your eggs, just something very soft, almost like baby food. And then the last stage is your solid phase, and that's regular food. They tell you to chew quite a bit. Don't eat and drink at the same time. So those, and my thing was, I do kind of like to drink and chew in the same settings, or yeah, your mouth get dry. You want to take a sip, but oh, if you do, for me, it hurts so bad up here, and or if you overeat. I've never vomited any of my food that has ever had to come up if I take too much, but it does hurt. It feels like a ton of weight. Like I don't know. I don't know what a heart attack feel like, but that's what I feel. But yes. And so with that said, even with the all the things I've kind of mentioned with the protein shakes, they got sugar in them. So you're still keeping that sugar addiction. This unsweetened, no, sugar-free jello, and the soup, carbs, preservatives, everything that's in there. So I feel like going back to solid food, nothing has truly changed. They do say protein first and then your veggies. And so it's just like,
Lean protein.
yes, lean protein. Yes, ma'am. No, nothing fatty. That's your chicken breast. Or even if you decide to do a chicken thigh, no skin, all the fats that we need. So I feel like I didn't know I was still having the sugar cravings, but once I was able to eat normal food, I was going back to my old way of eating, just less. And then if I felt like, okay, I'm full, I can't have too much. Well, trust and believe, maybe next hour later, I'm back dipping in it, eating a little more. So nothing truly didn't change. My energy, I was on the Crystal Light energy packs. It was like Crystal Light with caffeine. I was taking those or sometimes energy drinks. For cravings, that never did change. I would just have to moderate, but I did try to make sure I do my protein. And then I realized with me eating broccoli, I would just get fuller quicker. So those were my struggles and the recommendations that it's there. What about you, G?
Girl, I was just over here writing because, baby, you just struck up all kind of things. Okay, so one of the things that I think about that eating. So first of all, right before your surgery, you're fasting.
Yeah.
Okay, and I've said this part before. You're fasting, and then after the surgery, then you have this. You could have done carnivore for 30 days and see just exactly what is going on, because in them 30 days that they didn't cut on you, you done reduced everything, you done had to take your meds, all this other stuff, you had to take your stuff afterwards. 30, you sending yourself through 30 days anyway. So that was one of the things. And keep in mind, if prescriptions, if going to the doctor really works, come on, G, talk to yourself. If going to the doctor really, really works, why are they giving me prescriptions that need refills?
Yeah.
So as you were talking, I'm sitting here listening. I said, wait a minute. If I go to the eye doctor and he never finds anything wrong with my eyes, he only gets paid for the exam. What about the glasses? If I go to my primary physician, even mine, if she hasn't heard from me in a year, she tell me my blood work is due. This is how they make their living.
Yeah.
Then heaven forbid if you go to a specialist. You go to a specialist. Okay, I'm hearing a beeper. My husband is in there. So you go to a specialist, exact same thing. So now let's talk about this gastric sleeve that, okay, yes, you might get smaller right away in the very beginning because you didn't sent your body through something. It is shocked. It is yet still holding on. Why is this person losing more? And they telling you it's something that you're doing wrong because we didn't already reduce your stomach. And there is no way if you follow what we do on this lean meat and your vegetables and stay off of that other stuff, why you can't lose the weight and keep it off. Well, it was never designed like that because the food that they tell you to continue to eat is the stuff that gain the weight. I ain't talking about cake spies and all that other stuff. You know, them chips and all and sneaking the food into the movie theater. I ain't talking about none of that, y'all. I'm talking about you are still now, because that was me. I'm doing everything that I did is just smaller portions. So one of the first things they tell you, eat off of a saucer.
Yeah.
You put your food on there and it looks like a good portion. You tricking your mind.
Mhm.
All of these different things, but all of it keeps you connected to some doctor.
Yeah.
They no doctor is going to cure you. They will treat your symptoms. So, with that being said, that's all from everything that you said. That's what just came over to me. And so, let me see. Yeah, we're never to be without a doctor. We're never to be without a prescription. I even put that out on social media about you still have to get those refills. You got some of y'all are taking medicine that you've taken for years. I ain't talking about 1 or 2 years. I'm talking 5, 10. Some of y'all been on meds for 20 years. What do you think that's doing to your kidneys?
Yeah.
Because since I had this situation with my husband and the kidneys, everything is filtered through those kidneys, and some even affect the liver. How that's why some of the prescriptions that they write you, you doing this, hoping that in 2, 3 months when you go back, that it didn't damage your kidneys or your liver. What? It's never designed to heal or cure you. No, sorry about that, y'all. It is never designed to heal or cure you. That's not. What do you think? I done spent all this money to go to medical school,
Mhm.
and I didn't did all of this that you think I am now for uh, some crazy reason that you get ready to come in here and I'm getting ready to cure you. Still have kids to put through school. I'm a doctor. So, yes, it is designed that way. I don't know. These ain't even my questions. Hold on. Let me see. You said that, and it's like every time I get more and more upset. I really do. Okay, wait a minute. Let me see. Yep. Let me just tell you my story. So, when I did the surgery, that was my thing, smaller meals. And I got down to 164 pounds. And then I tell her on my 50th birthday, I know got up that morning, got on the scale, and I was like, okay, I done had the surgery a while ago. I got down to 164. Yay. I'm 50. Yay. And then the next day, I always say I was 165. And the day after that, I was 166. And the day after that, 167, and went pew, right back eating small meals. Eating those small meals that I was doing. You never threw up. I do. You can't eat and drink at the same time. So even now, I can't eat and drink at the same time. Right now is my time to drink. So then later, when I go to eat, my stomach can hold. Yeah, it's a lot of trickery up in your brain with this thing as well. So let me and it's not sustainable for a long period of time. It isn't, because every now and then, so instead of having a cake this size, I'm just going to go ahead and have one this size, and then you eat the cake and you sit there and you wait 5-10 minutes. It's like
Mhm.
you go get you another little piece, and you're
Yeah.
gonna keep this, and you're gonna religiously eat on the little plate.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right. So the next section, let's go. What sparked change for you? Because you done got me upset. I'm finna mute myself.
I would say the spark change for me was still having um, issues. When I did get pregnant with my daughter, the lowest weight I was 234. Now, remind you, I started my highest weight before during surgery was 289. So I didn't really lose that much. And so once I got pregnant with her, found out I had fibroids, a cyst on my ovary, and just still the patterns, knowing that I'm still doing the same thing, just with a smaller stomach. So what's going to change? Then the beginning of last year, I've always kind of watched Dr. Ken Berry's videos, and they were doing a thing for New Year's membership, $5 to get in. I joined the challenge to do with his wife, Nisha, carnivore. And so I was like, yeah, this worked. Well, when I found out during that challenge, for me, is if I'm eating beef and broccoli, I can't eat as much. And so I think during the month of March, I can't intake as much. So I think during the month of March, she was like, y'all should try carnivore. It's like, no, I'm not, in my head, I'm not ready for that just yet. I just can't see myself eating meat. Well, give it a few weeks. That was like the seed planted in. Give it a few weeks, I was doing carnivore. Now, I did have some pitfalls where I would go back to the sugar and wouldn't be consistent. I just started being consistent, let's see, July the 14th. So I've been carnivore for 65 days straight. No cheating, and I feel good. But the thing I've noticed too just last week was, for the last 2 years, I've had these, they almost look like a bruise on my legs, and they don't hurt. It's just a dark brown spot. And I've noticed it. No doctors have said anything. So I kind of Googled last week. Oh, this is kind of what diabetics have. Looked at my blood work that I last had. I was borderline or very close to being pre-diabetic. So that just let me know, if I wouldn't have started carnivore and keep going through the same pattern, I already know where I'm going. I'm gonna be a diabetic, and I'm a single mother with 2 kids. I don't have time to get my legs cut off or nothing. And so that just solidified for me last week. I'm doing the right thing, and I just need to keep going. No more falling in the dishes, because it doesn't make me feel good. So just keep what makes my body thrive. And so I would say, yeah, carnivore has been a thing for me. What about you, G?
So for us, one of the things that I did is yeah, one of the things that I did was I went vegan. Okay, after like dieting because I started gaining the weight back, and I'm like, I know I did not sit here and get up under a knife, and this stuff still ain't working. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with my body? I'm eating smaller. I got a smaller stomach, and there's some days I okay, calorie deficit is what we've been trained to believe. So some days I literally would eat a bag of chips.
Yeah.
And it's like because some food was hurting my stomach, but it just seems like I felt like I was wasting money. Couldn't go out to eat because of the amount that I, was eating. And no one knew I had the surgery.
Mm,
That's another thing.
yeah.
I was actually ashamed that I got the surgery, that I really was. My mother died not knowing I had this surgery. That's how
Mhm.
down low it was. Yeah, it was. I felt like I was a failure. I felt like this is just freaking ridiculous that I can't turn around and say I'm struggling with baby weight. Not when I got a kid with kids. You can't keep how long you gonna use that? Cause my mama said that to me
Mhm.
one day. Right? I looked at her, I said, your kid's almost 50. What is you talking about? You don't get to say that's baby weight no more. Yeah. But it seems like our bodies go through so much. We between nursing kids,
Yeah.
providing, then all of a sudden, that's when people talk about the mommy makeovers and all this other stuff. And then going places and knowing in your head, I should not order this. I know that I shouldn't, but we out, we socializing, we doing, and they know how to make food taste really good. Different seasonings are chemically produced through science to where it's just like really tickling the tongue and doing all the things um, that feels good in the mouth. And
Mhm.
so, yes, child, yes. And I just, bigger and bigger.
Mhm.
Oh, so let me try vegan. I went vegan, y'all. And then yeah, everybody know what happened in 2020. And it's so funny because even during that time, people, all that cheese in Walmart, now it was still sitting there. Shelves are empty, right? And it was like, your fresh vegetables, all this other stuff. But a lot of the stuff that was there, pro- now bacon is some processed lunch meat process. I would prefer to eat bacon and lunch meat over that process.
Mhm.
I am not kidding. That's where I am now. And, people could say, well, that's not healthy. Mm-mm. Listen, I'm here to tell you, I started an entire YouTube channel because this way of eating saved my husband's life
Mhm.
first. We were visit the channel hanging with the Browns. I'm saying to you, my husband was on a walker and we were about to shop for an electric wheelchair. I'm like, he don't drink, he don't smoke, he wasn't doing none of this. And oh my God, is this what age is doing to you? No, that's not what we were designed how to live. Has never been what we were supposed to do. So I'm saying that to say my brother came and say, have we heard about this? He was actively doing it. He was 3 weeks in at the time, and my husband started that day. I was vegan. I started 2 days later. I woke up this morning 139 pounds. There you go. And no matter how often I eat now, keep in mind, I still do smaller portions, but I kind of sort of have a window. But I ain't gonna lie, it might be 9 o'clock at night. And if I got a taste for it, I go get it and wake up 139 pounds. I get to eat. I don't worry about a calorie. I don't worry about any. This is what I worry about. Did I eat enough fat today?
Yes.
That's the part. And I know, and normally somebody will turn around and say, what about your cholesterol? So how about the fact that they are feeding that information to us, placing us on a statin, but cholesterol is not a disease. Cholesterol is not an illness. Pressure, yeah, cancer, all of those things, sugar diabetes, those things. Cholesterol is not an illness. They just give you a statin. That's the reason why the verbiage says total cholesterol. So what do we see? We see this big old number. Well, they didn't do a total blood work because you'll have a big number off of that too. It's so many things because keep in mind, I need to keep some kind of way in your pocket. That's the sad part. Some kind of way I need to be in your pocket to keep making some money. I have kids in college now. Yeah, we are used. You everybody doesn't know that this is happening. Doctors really, really, really believe in what it is that they're telling you because that's what they were taught. They were not taught about nutrition in medical school. The pharmaceutical is the ones with the grants that's teaching you that, listen, when a person comes in with this symptom, this is the prescription to write. When they come in with this is the prescription to write. And so guess what their tests look like? If a patient comes in and they start discussing and they tell you that they had this, and this, and the answer is, which is the right medicine or test to order? Nowhere. But when you went to the vet, they say, what you feeding your dog? Oh, that's what do it. You can't get a dog human. They tell you all of this stuff. But then they write you a prescription. And they tell you what you need to do to keep them in business. So you always need a pair of glasses. You always need something extra. Always. Okay, so did I answer my stuff? Oh gosh. So now I don't even concern myself with gaining weight. Now this diet, people say it costs. The only thing it costs me is clothes. Because I ain't none of those anymore. None whatsoever. None. Okay. What about you now? What? All right. Go ahead.
Keep going.
No, because I was just gonna say, you gave how long you've been doing this. You had some ups and downs. And I will say that has not been my story. I've been carnivore and never looked back. Now, what did that for me? Because I ain't special. I had some barbecue sauce because now I could eat ribs. What do you mean? Shoot. And that pain in my left hip. Oh my! I couldn't walk straight for 2 days. I didn't go over all my ailments. We're gonna talk about that next week. And I couldn't walk. And I said, "Oh, so I don't know what food would trigger." Now I venture off on a lot of meats. Like right now, I got some ham hocks in the crock pot. In the morning, I'm gonna tell you right now what I'm eating. I'm eating them ham hocks, baby, and I still have a little hot sauce. I'm eating the fat. My mouth is starting to water. I'm gonna eat the fat, suck the juice out the bone. I already got that ready for tomorrow. So I venture off on every kind of meat that there is. I've done chicken feet. I've done that over in my broth. I have not put the foot in my mouth. I did not do that part. I will have liver. I did some gizzards. I fry in lard and I fry in tallow. And I fry my chicken. I do a little wing due to the braces. I eat flats. I fry that in pork. I do lard or beef, depends, but the beef makes it all taste better. And I want you just to hear the meat. I look for extra fat. And if I don't have it, I try to eat a stick of butter a day.
Yeah.
Oh, I need y'all to hear what it is that I'm saying, huh? I need y'all to hear what I'm saying. And you mean to tell me, G, that you've been doing this 16 months now and you ain't fell out? Baby, I took a picture. Hold on. With the date. Y'all better stop it, I say. Where the photograph? Oh yeah. I'm finna show y'all this. Oh, it's up here. Y'all, I did a new update. I'm lost and confused. Where the pictures at? Photos. Oh, we jumped on the other page. That was my blood pressure this morning. 107/67. And there's the date. Yeah, that's what I'm working with. I don't take no medicine. I do none of that. I turned a cartwheel, I put the video in the members thing. You should be able to go back and see. I showed y'all the only one seen it. I ain't show nobody else. That wasn't the perfect one. All right, I can get better. But baby, you can't tell me anything. This was the best 30 days I could have ever asked for. Ever. And I have not looked back. And I got people that's praying for me in regards to the fruits and vegetables and the beans and nuts and the bread. But let me tell you, will I do a vegetable yes, I will. If my body, something goes on because that's medicinal use. Vegetables are to cure you. Hmm. But that's just like eating antibiotics every day. Does that make sense to you? No. So why are you doing it with the vegetables? They're only there. They're medicinal. And right now ain't jack wrong with me. So why would I eat them? Hmm. Bam. All right. Well, there we go. That's my rant and rave. What you want to add, Leah? What you want to add?
I would say I was pretty much it. I would say I'm doing right now the high fat, so I'm above 200 pounds. So I do 2 sticks of butter.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been loving my beef fat with my burgers. That has been excellent. I would say that, oh yeah. And then if you would love to come join the feline group, we would love to have you. It is on Marco Polo. You can go to G Page to be in the membership. I think it's $19.99, and it is wonderful. They answer your questions. If you have a question, they'll answer it quickly. It's just having that sisterhood, that community, that you're
Mm-hmm.
not alone. Actually, me and another member in there, we decided that we're going to try the lion diet. So yesterday was my first day. Today is going good, just so I can see how different meats affect me. So I know you will enjoy it. I've been in other groups in the past, and this is the best one by far.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is where Laura, we have a motivationer, a coach,
Hmm.
and a nurse. It's like I love it. And the group is small. So we have different ones, but we keep them small. Here's an example. Today, before this show, I ran to Walmart because we did the show on Monday. Y'all, we talked about all the toxins. And so, unlike Leah went and threw all her stuff away, I was like, dedication. I'm gonna try and
Hmm.
work towards mine. So I went today and I got my big box of baking soda and I got my borax, but Arm& Hammer had that soap one, right? And so I had a question. I'm in the store and I'm like, I go into the group. Can we get this? And sure enough, well, it was actually Julia. She wrote me outside of it and she's like, this is what it says, the Yuka app. Uh oh, I would love to answer that one. And that's the part that I like. The question was answered, and it's like, hey guys, I'm getting ready to do this. It's your connected sisterhood, and we are there. We are there. It's like when my husband had some issues, and I was able to talk to a medical person and for just $20 a month, and then turn around and when I'm talking, I'm asking, what questions do I need to ask this doctor? What see, and because she know we coming from carnivore, that's how I'm addressing this. And so everything went just how it needed to be for my husband. And he has zero issues now. So I'm like truly, truly happy. And to answer this question right here, because the only thing I eat is meat. That's what I crave. I'm gonna tell you, this is honest God. I have not had all that crap in my body that I can watch cooking shows, I can watch dessert shows, I can watch all of that. Just like I don't turn around and it's like, "Ooh, I want that." But my mouth started watering thinking about them that smoked meat in there for breakfast in the morning. Baby, cuz I just can't wait. And I'm doing it in a crock pot so to cook overnight and that skin gonna be, baby, I'm gonna eat every piece of the skin. It's only gonna be bones left. Matter of fact, I might even put that on social media, a bowl of bones, and say, guess what I just did? It's almost like, oh, here's a thing. This ain't real. A vampire does not turn around and crave a cookie. Start craving more blood. That's how it is for the carnivore. My body, when your body, listen, let me show y'all this. Let me slide back. I'm 60. How many of us do this right here? Oh, Jesus, I done sat too long. Huh? Huh? Baby, what? No joints hurt, no elbows are hurt, no stiffness in my fingers. I can open up a jar. I got none of those issues. Girl, bump a piece of cake. Don't give a flying flip about a cake, cookie, chip, none of that. Baby, give me some lamb, some ribs. Give me a butter burger. What is a butter burger? A butter burger is when I took the 75, 25, 73, 27 hamburger meat and fried it and just let the grease just go. And then I have a half a stick of butter in a bowl. And then I take that burger and I place it on that stick of butter. And then I take all the fat and pour it over it. And I look, wait a minute, put a little salt on it. I'm literally watering at the mouth. And I eat with a spoon. And I scoop that up and make sure I got beef and fat. And honey, oh, you can't tell me nothing.
Delicious.
I'm down to a size small. In clothes, because this that I got on is a medium. I can tell you how much room that I got in it, but I'm gonna still wear it. Um, and get up and feel good every day, and get good rest, and take no medicine. So this is the part I need help with. Help y'all. Anybody that's watching this, help me understand that this is what I'm doing every day. I need zero medication. I have zero pain. I have more energy. But then somebody will say, but what about your cholesterol? And I'm so pissed about that because they made that up. Not like the people, the doctors and stuff like that. They didn't know that the see, okay, real quick. When the statins came out, total cholesterol was 300, right? That's when, come on, 61, you better come on with it. Baby, you're going to start aging backwards. I'm telling you. Don't get me started. So not a lot of people, cholesterol was up to 300. So they dropped it to 200. Now we got people taking this medicine. Oh, yeah. Look at the side effects of statins. Look at them. And I say it again. Your kidneys have to filter everything. When you wake up in the morning, we're going to get out of here. When you wake up in the morning, you have about a teaspoon of sugar floating through your body. That's the reason why you can prick your finger and got an 80 on your number, and that's good. All right. Everything beyond that, that's all the sugar that's in your system, and you getting an 80 on the monitor. Not 15 off of a teaspoon. Now you getting ready to do sweet tea, orange juice, apple juice, bran muffin, cereal, banana, cantaloupe. Now that's gonna be that. Then lunch roll around, you got some bread, a salad with croutons with seed oil dressing. All right. And then dinner. Whatever you fried, whatever you baked, doesn't matter. Uh uh Even when we do a meatloaf, we're gonna add the crumbs and all this other, make it kind of stick together. Anything 3 times a day. Ain't never gave your gut a rest. And all of that sugar, everything from the macaroni to the vegetables, the fruit, any dessert, soda, that's in 24 hours. Now hold up, kidneys. They gotta filter all of that. I gotta put my diabetic medicine. I gotta take that. I gotta take my high blood pressure medicine. I gotta take my cholesterol medicine. I got to take my arthritis medicine, and your kidneys have to filter all of that. Don't know what to say. Now, that's the question right there. And I will stay live for you. Okay. So, first thing, I figure if I can eat all vegetables, I know what all meat looked like. I just switched. That was it. My husband, exact same thing. So, what is today? Today is Wednesday. The transition would start tomorrow. All right. One of the things you're going to transition to do is eat whole foods, one ingredient food. One. All right. What does that mean? Green beans and meat. One ingredient. The green beans is one ingredient, and the meat is one ingredient. Gravy. You did not make gravy with one ingredient. So we're not doing gravy. Okay. All right. It's not one ingredient. Now I gonna have a side macaroni. Macaroni is not one ingredient, and neither is all the other ingredients that you do. Now you want to have two ingredients in something? Okay, do some smoked meat and some greens. Them your two ingredients. That's it. That's what you're gonna do tomorrow. And then the next step. By next week, you leave all of that alone and you only do the meat. That's one way of doing this. To me, the best way of doing this is go to gbrown.com, GIEBROWN, gbrown.com. When you look at the top, if you do it on your phone, I think you got to hit the 3 lines and it's going to say questionnaire at the top. Click that. There's a questionnaire that comes up that is only about you. Your height, your weight, these, and you be truthful. So that means you got to go and get on that scale. Don't put no guesstimations down there. Any ailments that you have, list them. This is for you. And why? Because the moment you hit submit, then an ebook will come to you with menus, blank menus, and step by step. What is ruminant meat? What is all of that? It's all in that document. And you start. You look at the menu and you either change it to what you want, but you can't change a meat to a vegetable. It's only a meat. And I give you a whole list, which one of these that you want to do. Okay? Now, your best healing comes from beef and lamb, deer, any ruminant meat. And I'm hanging up on everybody after I say this part. Cows have 4 stomachs. So when people turn around and say, we're not supposed to eat that, okay, we got these long intestines and all this other stuff. Cow has 4 stomachs. That's how you get all the proper nutrients out of vegetables and greens. You don't have 4 stomachs. So guess what happened when you eat? The vegetables show up in your poop because you didn't digest them. You were never designed to. Somebody told you to eat that stuff because somebody didn't fall over and die. And they said, oh, that's safe. But then they try poison ivy. Oh, don't do that one. They're just figuring stuff out. Right? Okay. All right. Because you don't have 4 stomachs, the cow, the goat, the lamb, they do. And they pull out all those nutrients that are now in their body, in their meat and fat. Now, what do you have? You have a gallbladder. Do you know the job of a gallbladder is to secrete bile on fat and meat? God gave you a gallbladder. That is. So he gave the cow 4 stomachs to get the nutrients and gave you a gallbladder to digest the meat. Well, God is something else. I only use salt. What I want you to do, Auntie, I want you to go in your cabinet and I want you to look at your salt, that heifer with the umbrella, and I want you to turn it around and I want you to see it's going to say anti-caking agent and dextrose. Dextrose is sugar. Baby, why they got sugar in your salt? Huh? To keep you plugged into the hospital, your doctor, all of that. So if you find salt, you can do the pink Himalaya salt out of Walmart. the grocery stores, and you can also do sea salt as long as that's the only thing that it says. For me, and I think Leah the same, we use real salt. That's exactly what it's called. Real salt. REALSALT. I'll do a Celtic salt. There are
Mhm.
different salts that don't have all of that. They done crunched it right on up out of the ground and packaged it for us. Even a cow does a salt lick. That's all I'm gonna say. And now look, how are your bowels? Good.
Not constipated. I will say about the surgery really quick.
Mm-hmm.
When they say once you have the surgery, they say, "Oh, you may have a constipation." They even have a whole bowel protocol. I was taking Miralax, laxatives. I don't take any of that at
None.
all.
None. And I personally do not have a bowel movement every day. And here's why. Here's why. When you eat, what comes out of you is waste. Do we all agree? Right? That's waste. All right. But if my body used it, what's coming out? So if you pooping 2, 3 times a day or every day, your body is telling you, I don't want to eat that. I'm getting rid of it. I'm getting rid of it. That's what your body is saying.
Yeah.
Me, on the other hand, I eat, and my body is like, hey, hey, send that over there. Take care of them joints. Get that girl. Get. And I got about this much left. So it sits there and waits for me to have another meal and put a little bit more with it and a little bit more. And then all of a sudden I get a turd. And then I go. Huh? That's it. It's like, oh, I gotta go right now. And you just go.
Mhm.
And you can tell by what you eat. My best bowel movements have been with butter.
Yes.
It's like you getting this stuff in, and there you go. The bowels are good. And then you actually thirst for freaking water. I ain't never thirst for water. It's like, ooh, I just want me a Sierra Mist right now. I just need that. Baby, water. That's it. And there you go. Go to gbrown.com. Now, a couple of things you can do. I put this up here. It's in the notes. There is, take that link, copy paste, bam, it's going to take you right to where to join. That's one. And gbrown.com. I'll put that in there. There's my name, GIEBROWN.com. The book is there. So I'll say again, that is strictly for you. That way you document. There are sheets in there for you to document. And then what ends up happening, oh yeah, we're on that time. And then what ends up happening is um uh you can go back and you can start saying, wait a minute, I used to have this. That's then went away. So there we go. And that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in today. I know we got to get out of here. This is our next episode. So we're going to go deeper into this. We'll be able to answer those questions.
Mhm.
We'll be able to do all of that stuff. And we're going to tune in next week and get that. In the meantime and in between time, you work your thing and I'll work mine. I'll see you next week.